Hey, good morning, guys. Today we're going to walk through here. We're down to 10 days till the auction is going to be finalized on the farm here. I just want to start out with this photo here. It's an old photo of the farm. Probably back in the early, I would say 60s. Very early 60s at least, and maybe older yet. You can see some of the older trucks there and a couple cars parked around there. But biggest thing I want to show you is the barn, the old tobacco barn here along the road, which burnt down, and we did redo the steer barn here in 2015, put that new steer barn up. I'm going to jump in the house here a little bit, another room here, and show you a photo of what it looks like back in 2016. So this is what kind of looks like here in 2016. We were doing tobacco and raising calves. You can see the tobacco barn is still there, the new steer barn. And now let's go outside and walk around. Alright, as we walk around outside here, I'm just going to keep the camera pointing forward. You guys don't need to see me anyway, but so this is the bank barn. Now at this point in the bank barn, we're just selling all the metal work out of the lower barn, the fans, cattle, the TMR mixer, and the corn silage. Over the years, this place has really changed, especially when I got here back in 2012, I think it was, early 2012, and had quite a few different opportunities with this farm to purchase it. And we started out as a rental lease agreement for a purchase. In 2015, which we'll go up there and talk about that, we built the new steer barn. 2017 is when I bought this farm, and let's see, 2 years ago we did this in here. You guys remember some of the Holstein calves were in here. We redid this lower barn by putting new C&K panels in and a new feed rail. And so it has changed many different ways over the years. And some of you guys have been following us for a very long time. You can know exactly what I'm talking about. So everything in here is for sale. The panels, each panel, again, is going to be sold as each piece. And hopefully we'll have somebody be interested in taking the whole package and doing something like this here again. I'm hoping to get these steel rails to take with me. They would be excellent for building another building, steel beams. So there's certain things I want to take out of here before it gets totally destroyed to the new farm. So we're going to keep walking around here, and so this video is not too long today, and just kind of show you what we need to get done. We have the auction company coming again. I have put some more items on up for sale that I didn't need. You always find things on the farm and you wonder where they come from sometimes. Here's just a shot down here by the mailbox. I had a letter I wanted to put in the mailbox. Yesterday we sent an animal out for the butcher. We sold another animal. Kind of one of our main cash crops was our beef cattle here in the last 2 years. We did raise a lot of tobacco on this operation, so you'll see a lot of the tobacco equipment and stuff that we have up for auction. Okay, in this building here, this is where you hang tobacco. Yesterday I spent I would say about 40 minutes or so, and we took all the tobacco rails that we thought were good out of here and placed them in the sale upstairs in the big pool barn, cattle barn. And you see somewhere those hangers up there on top for that was all tobacco hanging on there. There is a few more rails over here on this side, but I just didn't feel they were that good, and I think they kind of help support the building a little bit, and I don't want it to quite fall over. So just give it a swing around here real quick, and we'll go up to the barn next. But yeah, over the years a lot of things have changed, and with the cattle business and stuff here. And like I said, I sold one here yesterday, and that went to the butcher at $3,600. That's for hanging weight, and some of you'll be really surprised, but that's very common for us to sell animals at that price. So we got Red there, and they're all wondering where they're going to go and what's their next story of their lives. But they love enjoying standing there in the sun. I'm going to miss them, and that's probably the hardest thing right there, get rid of your cattle that you just raised here on the farm. And the kids are a little upset too, but I think kids at this age are a little more easy to get over things than older people. I don't know what it is, but so you can see in this area too, we're just constantly taking things apart and keep this show moving along. We have always had a lot of questions on, you know, what was our next steps and stuff, and some points of our lives we didn't have an answer, and I always like to share our thoughts and share our story a little bit more to the new subscribers to the channel. But this is the cattle barn that's for sale. It's 130 by 75 with curtains on the side, shade lane curtains. So that was the number one thing that was on the auction here this time around. We have been having a lot of people interested in this building, so that's always a good sign. I did get a quote yesterday, the crew to come in, and they're willing to put a number on what it would cost to bring it down. And with 4 men coming and pulling it down, they put a number at $13.50 per day. So probably with a 3 to 4 day window to take it down. I think 3 days would be plenty with 4 guys and to bring it down on the ground. If you guys remember back in some of our videos how we had cattle in here with the feed rail and stuff here, but I took out a couple weeks ago, we jackhammered it out and put everything in piles so you can see what we're going to sell here. A lot of interest in the C&K products. All their metal gates is galvanized. And we have this here is a feed bag sewing machine, which works really good. And then it has a lot of twine. So if anybody want to get into the sewing bags and selling all your own stuff, and that's a good unit to have. Just little things like this laying around. A lot of this is lags and stuff for concrete. Here's something of a little bit of a special item we have is hub extensions for John Deere. Any tractor would work. You have to look at the specs, and I don't have the actual part number there. I think I put a hole through it, but those go in the front of a tractor to spread the front end out a little bit. We did that for cultivating tobacco. Calf blankets. We are going to sell this milker system. I didn't bring the vacuum out yet. I should probably bring that out here shortly and then set it with it. So if anybody is looking to get into homesteading, you want to milk 1 cow, I guarantee you will never go back on something like that. You can milk a cow by hand so many times, but there you can milk it in a couple minutes. Fence post. We're going to sell the leaf blower, the BR600. That works really good. More fence supplies. These are all hangers for gates that go through wooden posts. I have 2 electric fencers, 1 solar panel and 1 wire. Both work very good. And a lot of little things. And here's some of the spears we started out with, and these are a lot of good memories. I mean, somebody sees a chunk of metal, I see a good memory, and there's an old one right there. And here's an old stone for sharpening them. That has a neat story to it. And tobacco shears, we're going to list them. Justin, he spent a lot of hours on them. Brent and Michelle and me. And here's a brand new motor for the grain bin, and then a pump irrigation pump or transfer pump. That works good. It just needs a new pull rope. We'll come around here. This is some of the lumber I took out of that lower barn there the other day. These are probably 6x6s, 12 or 14s there. Some 2x6s. They're probably about 8 foot. And then here's some rails, 4x4s. They're 12s. Then we come over here. We have a lot of fence posts. So we sold these in lots of 10. And first come, first serve. You know, you come in here and say, well, I want 10 of those. And if you bought 10, 20, or 30 of them, just start pulling off the pile and take them as you can get them. And they're all really good shape. And they're just a couple of broken ones there. You just take a saw and cut them up a little bit and use them for bracing or something. Then we have tobacco lots here. We're selling them in 1,000 lots. A lot of people wonder what these are. And I had a guy come in here and say, that looks like a good lot of firewood starter kindling. And I said, heavens no. I said, that's be very expensive to start fire with. This is a bale box for tobacco, large bales with scales. This would be lot number 188. Put a lot of time in stripping tobacco, and a lot of the family came and helped, and my father-in-law and my mother-in-law came in and helped, and a lot of good times. These are the sorting boxes here. There's some wires to go with them. Then we have the fuel tanks. We have a gas tank, double wall gas tank. A lot of people interested in these. These never sat outside. They were in that fuel station up on the hill there a little bit. It's a 300-gallon double wall gas and a 500-gallon diesel. And of course, we got all these nice gates along the side. These are your cheaper gates. Some are in a little rough shape. Others are okay to use again. They got probably a lot of life left to them. And there's some up there in a little rough shape. These are the, I don't know if these are actually true galvanized gates, but steel gates, farm gates. They're light. Here's a real heavy one. This and here's a heavy one. We got the manure scraper. Very decent shape. I have very little use just because we just push this little walkway down here in this barn. And then the tobacco cultivator. This is something we put together to be able to put nitrogen down and cultivate at the same time. I actually have a sprayer boom that goes on the back, but it's a little rough shape. I'm going to lay it down here behind, and somebody can take it with if they want. If not, just go to the scrap. Got a lot of interest in the tobacco wagons. This is the newest one here on the farm. It's kind of a custom built wagon. I don't know what they'll bring, but it's a J&S Welding that makes them here in Kirkwood, PA. I think he pretty much took over the whole market on the tobacco wagons. I don't know anybody else that builds them anymore. Used to be Joe's Machinery. He started out with them. They're all really decent shape. So the biggest item on the farm here on the sale is the steer barn / pole barn. We're going to call it a pole barn because you can use it as a pole barn or cattle barn or pretty much anything you want to store in it. Corn fodder has a lot of interest in it. That's really taken off. But just wanted to do a little update video here of what's going on. 10 days till the auction actually finishes off here now, and it's been a little nerve-wracking, but the way I look at it, we have a plan for the new operation and a long journey ahead of us. Biggest thing is to keep the family on board and looking for new schools and a church in the area to go to, and one thing I have is a very good support team. I have a lot of older farmers up there are willing to help out many different ways. A lot of you guys are worried about I should have a corn planter lined up. There's guys that have new corn planters up there already, and you know, I get a lot of slack, I guess you want to call it, for being a check writer, but I tell you what, working together is the biggest part of farming. You don't need to own every piece of equipment, and it helps out everybody when you can work together. That farm has been no-till for the last, I would say, 10 years, and so we decided to see if we can sell this chisel plow. I do love working ground, but somebody already put the hard sweat in with the no-till. We should keep it that way. Not saying we won't work some ground, but we're looking to get one of those new John Deere turbo till. I don't forget what they call them there. So I did get a price on them, and I'll do a video on that a little bit more once I have more information. Just had a phone call here on the grain bin. A local Amish guy would be interested in it, so that might not go too far. And yeah, but it's going to be exciting to see this barn come down again. I did get one quote. I have another guy coming today to get this barn on the ground, and truss is loaded, ready to go. I didn't think $13.50 a day was a bad price. It's a little time consuming to take all the screws out, but like the doors and stuff, they can be shipped just the way they are. They don't need to come, they just come off the tracks. So I hope you enjoy this video. I try to make a little more information and interesting to you guys. If you made it this far along, and you know you've been following us for a while, because to sit through 16 minutes of me talking, it probably drive you nuts. But I got a lot of things to get ready yet. My wife's here off today. It's Friday, so we wanted to get things ready so when he shows up, he can add the photos and stuff. And I got some more sorting to do, and we're going to be working up in the big barn and getting some rails on the ground. It just seems like they'll bring a little bit more money when they're on the ground. So let's head up there and talk about that a little bit. Okay, I hear the little one downstairs now. So this is where we're going to be working today. Trying to put some of these rails on a pile, and so we can get as many as we can on the ground, so when it's time to load them out. So this in here, we're going to start at bay 5. This is bay 4. So you can bid on the whole bay 4. Bay 3. I was thinking about putting this new trailer I just bought on the auction. I'm not sure. We'll talk to John, and in one of the videos here, we'll try to introduce John Hess. And if you guys have the chance, go ahead and follow his website. A lot of unique sales coming up for him. But kind of what it's going to look like here. Just kind of put everything on piles. And I gotta get a sawzall and a cord up here and cut some nails loose and pull these things down. So, all right, guys, I really appreciate coming along this journey. I know it's probably been a long and drawn out journey for us, and I know some of you guys have got bored and stuff, but this is not an easy process. There is going to be equipment moving in on Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. Construction equipment. I'm not sure what's going to be going on yet. They didn't really give me the details, and so we'll bring you along with that. So, as always, enjoy your day, and the rest of the afternoon we're going to be putting these rails down, and I'm going to blow the floors up here good and open the doors and make it look nice. As we got people coming today, tomorrow, and then next week's going to be really busy with people coming in looking at the different things we have to offer. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Daddy. What, Dean?